You know that feeling when your brain feels like a web browser with way too many tabs open? You're constantly busy, but you're not actually being productive? Well, today, we're going to dive deep into the legendary system that was designed to fix exactly that, David Allen's groundbreaking book, Getting Things Done. So, let's start with the core problem that this whole GTD system is built to solve. And honestly, it's a feeling I'm pretty sure you're going to recognize immediately.
Does this sound familiar? Your mind is just buzzing with a million different things at once. You've got tasks, brilliant ideas, and urgent reminders all swirling around in there. You have to call the plumber, you got to prep for that huge meeting, don't forget to buy milk, and oh, what about that new project idea you had? It is absolutely exhausting. Well, David Allen has this really powerful diagnosis for why we feel so stressed out. He argues it's not because we have too much to do, not at all. It actually comes from all the broken agreements we have with ourselves. All those commitments we've made in our own heads that we just haven't managed properly. He has a great name for these things: open loops. Every single task, every idea, every commitment that you're trying to keep track of up in your head, that's an open loop. And each one of them acts like this little psychic drain, constantly pulling on your attention, and it stops you from being fully present in whatever you're doing right now.
So if the problem is a mind that's just cluttered with all these draining open loops, what on earth is the solution? Well, this is where the simple, beautiful elegance of the Getting Things Done system really shines. The book makes this huge, almost paradoxical promise that you can be intensely productive and at the same time deeply relaxed. It's not about working harder or longer hours. It's about completely changing your relationship with all the stuff you have to do. The ultimate goal here, the state you're trying to reach, is what Allen calls a mind like water. Just picture it. You throw a little pebble into a perfectly still pond. The water reacts perfectly, right? Just the right size ripple, and then it goes right back to being calm. Your mind can work the exact same way, responding to emails, ideas, and demands without getting thrown into chaos. That is the state of peak performance. So, who's the person behind this incredibly influential system? Let's take a quick look at the author himself, David Allen. See, David Allen isn't just some theorist. He built this system over decades of hands-on coaching and consulting. He's tested and refined these principles out in the real world, working with some of the busiest people on the planet in really high-stakes places like the World Bank and even the US Navy. Okay, so how does it all actually work? The entire GTD method is built on a really clear 5-step workflow for getting a handle on all your commitments. These are the 5 pillars: collect, process, organize, review, and do. And this isn't just some random checklist. It's a complete, interconnected system for managing the flow of everything in your life and your work. So let's break each one down. First up, you collect. And this means you capture everything, and I mean everything, big or small, that has your attention, and you put it into a trusted external system, not your brain. This could be a physical in-tray, a notebook, or an app on your phone. The goal here is 100% capture, so your mind can finally relax and let go because it trusts that everything's been saved somewhere safe. Next, you process every single item you've collected. Now, you're not doing the tasks yet, you're just making decisions about them. And you ask 3 really simple questions. First, what is it? Second, is it actionable? And if it is, what is the very next physical action you need to take to move it forward? And once you've decided on that action, you organize it. You put it in the right bucket. It's either trash, something for a someday/maybe list, some useful reference material, a time-specific thing that goes on your calendar, or it goes on a next actions list. The point is, there's a proper place for absolutely everything. And finally, the last 2 steps, they work together: review and do. Now, the review, that is the secret sauce of this entire system. It's setting aside regular, dedicated time to look over your lists. This is what keeps the whole thing current and trustworthy. And it's what lets you confidently do. You can make an intuitive, smart choice about what to work on because you know for a fact that nothing important is falling through the cracks. Okay, now let's look at one of the most powerful, truly game-changing concepts in the entire GTD methodology. It's such a simple shift in your thinking, but it unlocks a massive amount of momentum. This right here highlights the huge difference between a normal to-do list and a GTD next actions list. We write down something vague like planned conference, and our brain just kind of freezes up. GTD forces you to define the very next physical, visible action. Email Sarah to book a brainstorming meeting. That kind of clarity just removes all the mental friction and makes it almost effortless to get started. And look, this isn't just some neat little theory. The impact is profound. As this quote from one of Alan's clients makes clear, when you really truly commit to working this way, it's not just a small improvement. It can be a genuinely life-changing experience. So understanding the theory is one thing, but actually putting it into practice is where the real magic happens. So where do you even begin with all this? But before we talk about that first step, let's just remember the ultimate goal here. This is not about becoming some kind of productivity robot. It's about creating the mental space you need to be creative, to be strategic, and to be fully present. It's about achieving that positive, relaxed focus where you actually do your best work. Okay, so let's make a plan you can use right now. Based on the book, here are 3 things you can do to get started. First, get your tools ready, a simple in tray, a way to manage your lists. Second, do a mind sweep. Just spend 15 minutes writing down every single thing that's on your mind. Get it all out. And third, just pick one item from that list and process it. Just one. Ask yourself, what's the next action?
You know, this system really is for anyone who's feeling the pressure of modern life. Whether you're a professional drowning in emails, a student juggling a million deadlines, or an entrepreneur trying to build a business from scratch, the principles in this book give you a universal framework for taking back control.
And ultimately, that's the core takeaway here. This book isn't just another time management hack. It's a complete operating system for your life. And it's designed to help you get on top of your world so you can stop feeling buried by it and start actually engaging with it in a much more powerful, present way. And so that leaves us with one final question for you. Think about it right now. What is the very first nagging thought, that little to-do, that idea that you are going to capture out of your head and decide the next action on? Start right there.